Shalom. Good morning. I'm going to continue with Exodus chapter 34. And Yahweh said to Moshe, "Cut 2 tablets of stone, like the first ones. And I shall write on these tablets the words that were on the first tablets which you broke. And be ready in the morning. Then you shall come up in the morning to Mount Sinai, and present yourself to me there on top of the mountain. And let no man come up with you, and let no man be seen in all the mountain, and let not even the flock or the herd feed in front of that mountain." And he cut 2 tablets of the stone, like the first ones. Then Moshe rose early in the morning and went up to Mount Sinai, as Yahweh had commanded him. And he took 2 tablets of stone in his hand. And Yahweh came down in the cloud and stood with him there, and proclaimed the name of Yahweh. And Yahweh passed before him and proclaimed, "Yahweh, Yahweh and El compassionate, and showing favor, patient, and great in loving commitment and truth, watching over loving commitment for thousands, forgiving crookedness and transgression and sin, but by no means leaving unpunished, visiting the crookedness of the fathers upon the children and the children's children to the 3rd and 4th generation." And Moshe hurried and bowed himself toward the earth and did obedience, and said, "If now I have found favor in your eyes, O Yahweh, I pray, let Yahweh go on in our midst, even though we are a stiff-necked people, and forgive our crookedness and our sin, and take us as your inheritance." And he said, "See, I am making a covenant before all your people. I am going to do wonders such as have not been done in all the earth, nor in any nation. And all the people among whom you are shall see the work of Yahweh. For what I am doing with you is awesome." Guard what I command you today. See, I am driving out from before you, the Amorite and the Canaanite and the Hittite and the Perizzite and the Hivite and the Jebusite. Guard yourself, lest you make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land where you are going, lest it be a snare in your midst. But break down their slaughter places, and smash their pillars, and cut down their asherim. For you do not bow yourself to another mighty one, for Yahweh, whose name is jealous, is a jealous El, lest you make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they whore their mighty ones, and slaughter to their mighty ones, and one of them invites you, and you eat of his slaughterings, and you take of his daughters for your sons, and his daughters whore after their mighty ones, and make your sons whore after their mighty ones. Do not take a molded mighty one for yourselves. Guard the festival of Matzot. For 7 days you eat unleavened bread, as I commanded you, in the appointed time of the new moon of Abib. Because in the new moon of Abib you came out from Mitzrayim. Everyone opening the womb is mine, and every male firstborn among your livestock, whether bull or sheep. But the firstborn of a donkey you ransom with a lamb. And if you do not ransom, then you shall break his neck. Every firstborn of your sons you shall ransom, and they shall not appear before me empty-handed. 6 days you work, but on the 7th day you rest. In plowing time and in harvest you rest. And perform the festival of Shavuot for yourself, of the first fruits of wheat harvest, and the festival of ingathering at the turn of the year. 3 times in a year all your men are to appear before the Master Yahweh, the Elohim of Israel. For I dispossess the nations before you, and shall enlarge your borders, and let no one covet your land when you go up to appear before Yahweh. your Elohim 3 times in the year. Do not slay the blood of my slaughtering with leaven, and do not let the slaughtering of the festival of the Pesach remain until morning. Bring the first of the first fruits of your land to the house of Yahweh your Elohim. Do not cook a young goat in its mother's milk. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Write these words, for according to the mouth of these words I have made a covenant with you and with Israel. And he was there with Yahweh 40 days and 40 nights. He did not eat bread, and he did not drink water. And he wrote on the tablets the words of the covenant, the 10 words. And it came to be, when Moshe came down from Mount Sinai, while the 2 tablets of the witness were in Moshe's hand, when he came down from the mountain, that Moshe did not know that the skin of his face shone, since he had spoken with him. And Aaron and all the children of Israel looked at Moshe and saw the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come near him. But Moshe called out to them, and Aaron and all the rulers of the congregation returned to him. And Moshe spoke to them. And afterward all the children of Israel came near, and he commanded them all that Yahweh had spoken with him on Mount Sinai. And when Moshe ended speaking with them, he put a veil on his face. But whenever Moshe went in before Yahweh to speak with him, he would remove the veil until he came out. And when he came out, he spoke to the children of Israel what he had been commanded. And the children of Israel would see the face of Moshe, that the skin of Moshe's face shone, and Moshe would put the veil on his face again until he went to speak with him. Chapter 35. And Moshe assembled all the congregation of the children of Israel, and said to them, These are the words which Yahweh has commanded you to do. Work is done for 6 days, but on the 7th day it shall be set apart to you, a Sabbath of rest to Yahweh. Anyone doing work on it is put to death. Do not kindle a fire in any of your dwellings on the Sabbath day. And Moshe spoke to all the congregation of the children of Israel, saying, This is the word which Yahweh commanded, saying, Take from among you a contribution to Yahweh. Everyone whose heart so moves him, let him bring it as a contribution to Yahweh, gold and silver and bronze, and blue and purple, and scarlet material, and fine linen, and goat's hair, and ram skins dyed red, and fine leather and acacia wood, and oil for the light, and spices for the anointing oil, for the sweet incense, and shoam stones, and stones to be set in the shoulder garment and in the breastplate. And let all the wise-hearted among you come and make all that Yahweh has commanded. The dwelling place, its tent and its covering, its hooks and its boards, its bars, its columns and its sockets, the ark and its poles, the lid of atonement, and the veil of the covering, the table and its poles, and all its utensils, and the showbread, and the lampstand for the light, and its utensils, and its lamps, and the oil for the light, and the incense, slaughter place, and its poles, and the anointing oil, and the sweet incense, and the covering for the door at the entrance of the dwelling place, the slaughter place of ascending offering, with its bronze grating, its poles, and all its utensils, the basin and its stand, the screens of the courtyard, its columns, their sockets, and the covering for the gate of the courtyard, the pegs of the dwelling place, and the pegs of the courtyard and their cords, the woven garments to do service in the set-apart place, the set-apart garments for Aaron, the priest, and the garments of his sons to serve as priest. And all the congregation of the children of Israel withdrew from the presence of Moshe. And everyone whose heart lifted him up, and everyone whose spirit moved him, came, and they brought the contribution to Yahweh for the work of the tent of appointment, and for all its service, and for the set-apart garments. And they came, both men and women, all whose hearts moved them, and brought earrings, and nose rings, and rings, and necklaces, all golden goods, even every one who made a wave offering of gold to Yahweh. And every man with whom was found blue and purple and scarlet material, and fine linen and goat's hair, and ram's skins dyed red, and fine leather, brought them. Everyone who would make a contribution to Yahweh of silver or bronze brought it, and everyone with whom was found acacia wood for any work of the service brought it. And all the wise-hearted women spun yarn with their hands, and brought what they had spun, the blue and the purple, the scarlet material, and the fine linen. And all the women whose hearts lifted them up in wisdom spun the goat's hair, and the rulers brought shoham stones, and the stones to be set in the shoulder garment and in the breastplate, and the spices and the oil for the light, and for the anointing oil, and for the sweet incense. The children of Israel brought a voluntary offering to Yahweh, all the men and women whose hearts moved them to bring all kinds of work, which Yahweh, by the hand of Moshe, had commanded to be done. And Moshe said to the children of Israel, See, Yahweh has called by name Bezalel, son of Uri, son of Hur, of the tribe of Yehudah. And he filled him with the spirit of Elohim, in wisdom, and understanding, and in knowledge, and in all work, to make designs, to work in gold, and in silver, and in bronze, and in cutting of stones for setting, and in carving wood, and to work in all workmanship of design. And he has put it in his heart the ability to teach in him the Oholiab, son of Ahishamach, of the tribe of Dan. He has filled them with skill to do all work of the engraver, and the designer, and embroider, in blue, and in purple, and scarlet material, and in fine linen, and a weaver doing any work, and makers of designs.